What's up, family? Let me do that. See if I got it. I think I'm on. Okay. What's up, family? I think I'm in the house right now. What's up? What's up? What's up, family? I think I'm on. What's up, family? This is your man Juan J. Johnson coming at you from Lone Wolf Firearms, making dreams come true, and Real Talk, TJI. This is probably my second time coming to you, and my first time coming to you since the election, or this election. So I'm not going to be before you too long. I just want to share a thought about what I think about when I see America. Um, Before I go into my thought, let me first tell you this. If you want to contact me, you go to lonewolffirearm at gmail.com. That's lonewolffirearm at gmail.com. You can DM me if you want to register for any type of training, whether it's HQLs, which is a handgun qualification license, if you want to wear and carry permit, if you want some training, just some firearm training. Again, you can DM me if you got my DM. You can go to my Lone Wolf Firearm page on social media. And if you want to register, I repeat, you must email me at lonewolffirearm at gmail.com. That's lonewolffirearm at gmail.com if you want to reach me. If you have my number, just give me a call. But if you're serious about becoming a responsible gun owner and gun user, I would advise you to please take advantage of the classes. They're very reasonable. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm running a special on the HQLs. Because I know that we're in this pandemic and funds are tight for some people. So what I decided to do is, if you want an HQL, and those classes are 4 hours long and they're virtual, but we will have a live fire. Okay. I'm running a special right now. The total will be around about, I'm running a special for $150 for myself. That does not include the $50 application fee through the state of Maryland. I get no part of that. And that does not include maybe the $30 or $40 that you would pay for your fingerprints. But for 4 hours, you would go over the parts of the weapon, how to assemble, reassemble, the laws of the state, like I said, the nomenclature, safety, when and when not to shoot, personal protection. We're going to teach you how to shoot. We're going to teach you everything about firearms, revolvers, and semi-automatics. You will walk away from the class with a working knowledge of firearms. Again, this is not the time to be wondering, should you be armed? You should, if you are of age, you should be either familiar with the firearms or you should be a gun owner and gun user. And when I say familiar, I say your children should be learning about firearms at age 7. At age 7. Again, they won't be able to become owners until they're 21, but they should be familiar with the firearms starting at age 7. Okay? So again, you reach me at lonewolffirearm at gmail.com, where you can register, leave me your name, your number. You call me, we would get you registered so that you can become a responsible gun owner and gun user. That is the goal, to become a responsible gun owner and gun user. Okay. I need to share this video, and I also want you to eventually go to my page on YouTube, Real Talk, TJI, type in my name, and you'll see my page. You see me, you'll see me. I want you to become subscribers. Um, and trying to get 1,000 subscribers so I can go from my phone at any time I want to. Okay. So look, I want to get those preliminaries out the way because I titled this session right now is When I See America. So if you have access to my pages on social media, on my Facebook, I put out a lot of content. But I will say this. The last 15 months, I've been focusing strictly on firearms. The last 5 years was when I began to tell you guys to become more self-defense oriented and become responsible gun owners and gun users. From then, I became a firearm instructor so I can teach you how to properly protect yourself, defend yourselves. So if you've been following me on social media for the last 15 months, you'll see I really haven't even touched the social issues, the political issues, the community issues. I really haven't been talking about none of that stuff. I've only been focused on firearms, responsible gun owners and users. So with that said, I want to let you know this. I'm back. I'm back to start talking about the issues. Because again, we're in some very dangerous times. And with this new administration, the Biden administration and the Harris administration, and you have a Democrat president, a Democrat Congress, a Democrat Senate, you would think that things would be good for us. But I'm of the belief that our people have been here. And I say our people, I'm talking about foundational Black Americans. I'm talking about Native African Americans. I'm talking about folks who call themselves Negro, colored, folks who've been considered niggas. We have been here on paper since 1619, according to their history, although we was here before then. And we're still waiting for some type of repair, some type of reparations. So let me read to you what I wrote today, and I'm going to go into detail about why I wrote it, because I think it's timely. I think we need to really, really think about what we as a Black community need. And it's time out for us to just letting other people get the benefits and we get nothing. That day is over. So this is what I wrote. There's 2 parts to this. But I want you to share this video. I'm not able to see the comments if there's any. So I'm gonna try to find a way to see if I can see the comments because I'm on Zoom. I'm gonna figure it out. So let me read this. When I see America, I want you to share this. When I see America as the rich man in the scriptures that asked Jesus the question, what must I do to have eternal life? Okay. Jesus said, sell your possessions and give it to the poor. Okay. The rich man walked away and he never returned. Okay. As I fast forward the hands of time, I can see white America asking the same question. What must we do to have eternal life? I can see the Lord telling America, you want eternal life? America, you need to repair Native Black Americans for the 401 years of oppression, for the 256 years of free slave labor and the black codes, and the 90 years of Jim Crow terrorism. America, like the rich man, walked away. The most telling moment about the whole rich man story is the rich man, America, looked God in the face, turned around, walked away, and America continues to walk away. So with that said, I said in my final comment, you can miss me with all these executive orders for every other group of people. Reparations now for the most loyal Americans in America. Native African Americans, Foundation Black Americans, colored Negro, or whatever you answer to. Lineage does matter. Now, to some, I'm not going to assume that everybody's familiar with the scriptures. They're not. And normally I don't come on social media discussing scriptures. Because again, everybody don't believe what you believe. I make no bones. I'm unapologetic. I am a follower of the revolutionary teachings of Jesus. Be very clear with this. A follower of the revolutionary. What does that mean? I flow in the same spirit as David Walker. The same spirit as Nat Turner. That same spirit is Harriet Tubman. That same spirit is Ida B. Wells. And I would even say that same spirit is Frederick Douglass. Revolutionaries, people who believe that, you know what, we deserve, and let me not forget, Fannie Lou Hamer. Okay? Let me not forget the Deacons for Defense. Because at the end of the day, I am one who believe in protecting themselves, protecting the families, the community, the neighborhood, and even the culture. I know I'm in America, and America's made a lot of enemies. And if the foreign enemies was to invade this soil, trust and believe, I would defend this country because I know they're not going to spare me. They're going to get all of us. So with that said, back to my story, how I see America. So when I see America, family, I see America as a rich man. I see America, who has an opportunity of a lifetime right now to do right by us. Who's us? Foundational Black Americans, Native African Americans, or Native Black Americans. Folks that either came off the boat or folks that was already here, but because of the color of their skin, it was made slaves. So America, seeing that we've been here now on paper, 402 years now, because it was just 1619 to 2019 was 400 years. And I can recall 2019, the whole world was watching America, wondering what was Black people going to do. We were the talk of the whole world because we are being compared to the scriptures. Let me say this again. We are being compared to the scriptures. 400 years for the children of Israel in captivity, 400 years for the Native Black Americans on this soil. Okay? And so watch this. I've been thinking about that. If we are being compared to the scriptures as the children of the book. And we have put in 400 years here, right? And now we're free physically, right? Like the children of Israel, they was free physically, right? So watch this. If that be the case, and we really are people of the scriptures, if you subscribe to that, then the next 40 years will be a walk of death, because the children of Israel remained in the wilderness for 40 years because of people who walked with God, saw the miracles, and just could not believe no more, refused to believe. And it was God that gave the order, to Moses to shut them down. They don't want to believe no more. Let them walk in the wilderness for 40 more years to those old thoughts and old folks and old unbelievers, so they die off. So my thinking is, if we are the children of the scriptures, as some would say, and we've been released 400 years physically, I would just say right now that mentally, we still captive. And so maybe we may have to go 40 more years walking in circles until a lot of people have to pass away. You think about that. Because remember this, when the children of Israel left out of Egypt, when they got to the promised land, none of the folks in Egypt went into the promised land but two people, and that was Joshua and Caleb. So all those folks who was reminiscing about the days of old never went into the promised land, and the children who went into the promised land didn't have the memories or the histories of the older generation. And why is that important, family? Because right now, we had a lot of real interesting thinking amongst our older generation, okay? There's a great divide. Which way should we go? How do we proceed? Okay? So I'm just saying, in the bigger scheme of things, if you subscribe to the 400-year theory or the 400-year captivity through the scriptures, and I'm talking to these folks who talk not just to the church folks, but to those who say they are of a tribe, Hebrew Israelites, whoever. Okay, if you consider yourself one of those tribes, then you must consider that if we've been freed after 400 years, then there's a 40-year walk in the wilderness. And that walk in the wilderness is a walk of death. Some folks have to die off. Old habits, old ways, old things don't have to leave. Okay? Just a thought. Just a thought. But back to my title about the when I see America. So again, the rich man questioned Jesus about eternal life. And he was told, sell your possessions, give to the poor. And he couldn't do it. The same thing has been asked of America. When are you going to do right by the most loyal people on this soil? The most loyal. That is Native Black Americans. We're the most loyal on this soil. Okay? When are you going to do right by us? 400 years of oppression and still being oppressed. And after that, We are probably the most oppressed people on this earth. No matter how you know, Black people in America have found a way to make oppression looks good. We make oppression looks good, but it's not. Okay? America right now is at a crossroad. We're in the 21st century. We have a Democratic president, a Democratic Senate, a Democrat Congress. So there's nothing stopping America from doing right by foundation Black Americans. So you say, what do we want? You want reparations. Somebody would say that's not feasible. Reparations is not feasible. We don't have the money for it. Well, let me say this. Right now, they are cashing out stimulus checks to big businesses. We are giving money to illegal immigrants. They're finding trillions and trillions of dollars. They can find a couple of trillion right now exclusively for foundational Black Americans. Nobody else. Okay? And not just that, I'm gonna give you a couple of demands. Reparations is one. Number two, free health care for foundational Black Americans exclusively. You say, why is that? Well, if you're going to say that we are the most susceptible to the coronavirus, then you need to give us free health care. And not just that. Number three, put us in a protective class. Put us in a protective class. Why would you put us in a protective class? Because the sixth cause of death for foundational Black Americans is being killed by the police. Say this again. The sixth cause of death for foundational Black Americans or for Native Black Americans or for colored or for Negroes, whatever you want to refer to us as, the sixth cause of death is being killed by the police. So we need to be put in a protective class, like yesterday. We need health care, free health care for all 44 million of us. Reparations, protective class, and we need to hold police officers accountable for killing unarmed, innocent Native Black Americans. Okay? We can start right there. We can start right there. Number one, reparations, exclusively for foundational Black Americans or Native Black Americans. Number two, health care, free health care for every last single one of us. You know why? Because everybody is saying that we are most susceptible to the virus. So put us in a protective class right now. There's nothing stopping America. There's nothing stopping the government from putting us in a protective class. So watch this. If foundational Black Americans, if the virus spread among us like they're projecting, then they're going to what? Quarantine us, isolate us, inoculate us, and track us, and eventually they're gonna kill us. Especially if you believe that a certain group of people are more susceptible to it and they're spreading the disease. What do you do to those people? You isolate them. You isolate them, okay? Then what you do after you isolate them, you have to inoculate them, okay? Then you have to monitor them. And then eventually that don't work. You had to kill them. How else do you deal with a disease or a cancer? You isolate it. Okay? So if we, according to the science, if we're more susceptible to it, then you put us in a protected class immediately, our children, and you give us free health care immediately, okay? And you give us reparations immediately, okay? That's 3 things you do right now. We don't need no more studies. We don't need no more studies on reparations. No more studies. And number 4, you hold these police officers accountable for killing unarmed, innocent Black Americans. You go after their pensions. That's right. You go after their jobs. I said it. I said it. I won't take it back. Because right now, I'm speaking as a Black man. Forget that I was a former police officer of 25 years. Just forget that. When I step out the house, or when any of us step out the house, if we're Black, they don't see your profession. They don't see you as a lawyer or a doctor. They don't see you as a judge or electrician. They see your skin. They see your skin. Any of us could be killed. Any of us, when we leave out the house, could die. Could be a victim of police violence. So I'm saying right now, we need to deal with that. We got to have that conversation. Police accountability, hold police officers accountable for killing innocent Black men and women, put us in a protected class, free health care for us exclusively, and reparations. And the reason why I'm saying this right now, family, I need y'all to share this video, is because this current president has signed at least 14 executive orders, and not one order deal exclusively with foundational Black Americans or Native Black Americans. And we need to deal with that. We need to deal with that. We can no longer let others enjoy the benefits of our sacrifice, and all we do is get symbolism. The time for symbolism for me is over. It's about substance. No more symbolism for me. Strictly substance, substance, substance. Okay. And I look here. So, and I know the audience I'm talking to. Some of us just want symbolism. We don't want substance. We're just glad to be in the number, glad to be invited, glad to be mentioned. Not me. I'm on a whole different page, whole different frequency, whole different frequency. So again, like I said earlier, when I see America, America is that rich man who approached Jesus and asked him, "What must I do to get eternal life?" And Jesus told the rich man, "Sell what you got and give it to the poor." Who's the poor among us right now? Our group. Give us our due. We deserve everything and then some. So watch this. I posted this earlier too, because what is America? This actually backs up, this actually sums up what is America. I posted this today. I said, it's a sobering reality when you realize that white America helped rebuild Western Europe after World War II, Japan after World War I, Afghanistan and the Middle East after their wars, yet she hasn't spent one penny to rebuild foundational Black American communities. Okay? After 402 years of oppression, 256 years of free slave black labor, black codes, and 90 years of Jim Crow. Right after the Civil War from 1865 to 1955, you had Jim Crow family, Jim Crow, terrorism. Okay. You would think that repair and reparations would be on the top of the do list for 13% of the population. I said, you can miss me with executive orders for every other group of people except Native Black Americans, Foundation of Black Americans, colored Negro, whatever they choose to call us or my lineage. We need reparations now. I want you to think about that. I want you to go back and read that. America rebuilt Western Europe after World War II. Normandy, Europe, Germany, Great Britain, they rebuilt Western Europe, literally, with billions of dollars, okay? Then after they dropped the bomb on Japan in World War One, they rebuilt Japan. America, white America, dropped 2 bombs in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But they rebuilt Japan, right? Afghanistan, we always talk about Afghanistan. We always hear about Afghanistan and the wars in Afghanistan, in the Middle East, dropping bombs in Iraq, Iran, that whole Middle East. We rebuilt those countries. Yet America has not given 1 penny to rebuilding Foundation of Black American. Not 1 penny. All the bills she's passed, the bills that she has passed have been bills to help out everybody, but not a specific people. Okay? So again, after 401 years here, or 402 years here, the first 256 years of being here, you had free slave labor. Read Dr. Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. You will see. We built this whole infrastructure. We served in every war. We were the victims, slavery, lynchings, hangings, you name it, Jim Crow, black codes. And we have not received nothing. Okay? So it's just time for us America to come around and give us our due. Like, if you can rebuild everybody else, you can rebuild us. The scripture says charity starts at home, then it spread. You know, we're here. We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. Foundation Black Americans, Native Black Americans, we're not going. We're here. We're here to stay. Okay? And if we want to be here, the least you can do is to give us some reparations. And I mean that. Okay? Again, you can miss me with all these executive orders for every other group, but you do nothing for the most loyal group. Okay? So I want to share that thought today. I want you to share this video. And I hope I struck a chord, and I hope this video go to the right ears and the right people who will see it and realize, you know what, here's a valid point. It's time out for symbolism, family. It is. It is. It's time out for just accepting whatever they want us to have. Demand number 1, reparations. Now, we can start with $1 trillion. Just a good faith offering. We may not get it all at one time, okay? But we can at least do a good faith offering, okay? Number 2, free health care for every last single one of us. the legislation, give us some free health care right now. Okay? They can do it. They can do it. Make us a protective class. We need to be a protective class. Okay? And we need to hold police officers accountable for killing unarmed, innocent Black people. So with that said, you know how to contact me. You can you can DM me. You can reach me at lonewolffirearm at gmail.com. That's lonewolffirearm at gmail.com. You can also, going forward, I will be putting my Cash App handle on most of my posts because, again, I tried to get y'all to see some years ago that this would be the new way of communicating. This is the new way of communicating. What do you mean? Well, you can't really go out to your churches. You can't go out to your coliseum to these conferences because you got to go virtual. And I know my timeline consists of information and education. You don't see no entertainment on my timelines. Okay. And so I put a heavy price in me trying to give you information, trying to inform you, trying to get you to be about the business of being serious, even down to my firearms information. If you go to Lone Wolf Firearms Training on my page on social media, I've given you a third. I've literally given you a third of my PowerPoint presentation. Okay. Okay. So going forward, I will be placing my Cash App handle, my PayPal handle at the bottom of my post moving forward. Okay. Because again, some of y'all are going to you're waiting to Sunday, or you're waiting to Friday, or you're waiting to Wednesday to hear from your pastors or your prophets. Okay. Or your elders or your deacons or whoever. And most of them, they ain't really saying nothing. They're really not. They're not getting you ready, not preparing you. It's just recycled messages. So moving forward, from now on, you will be seeing $ Lone Wolf Firearm. Okay. Because again, the goal for me is to build a range, not just for Black folks, but for everybody. I want to teach you how to shoot, teach you tactical how to shoot, teach you how to holster, unholster, teach you how to assemble and reassemble weapons, teach you about the laws, okay? And I think if a person like me is going to do the research and provide you the information, then it's not wrong for me to get a donation from you, okay? Again, my companies are not 501c3s, they are LLCs, okay? They are LLCs by the state of Maryland, period. Okay. So going forward, when you start seeing my handle, if you go to Making Dreams Come True, which is another page there on social media, if you go to Lone Wolf Firearms, you're going to get information that's going to inspire you, educate you, enlighten you. No foolishness. Okay. Again, if you're interested in becoming a responsible firearms owner and user, you DM me, you email me, and we will make it happen. Okay. With that said, I want to thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. I know it's Friday. Be careful out here, especially the sisters. Like I said earlier on one previous video, there is a target on you because of this Black Girl Magic piece, and you becoming the face of the Democratic Party. So I want you guys to be very, very careful out there. Remember, everybody knows where you're going. Make sure there is a number. Make sure you have an address to where you're going so somebody would know, just in case you don't see you no more. I think there was a story that just came out the other day that they found a young brother in the trunk of a car. In the trunk of a car. So again, it's very dangerous out here right now. Very dangerous. So be very vigilant. Again, if you're going somewhere, especially in these rural areas, make sure somebody know where you're going. Get an address and get some names, not no nicknames. So if we don't see you no more, at least somebody will have an idea your last location you was going, who you was with, and a phone number. It's just that serious. With that said, I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't also, uh, I need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'm going to repost this to YouTube shortly. I need you to all to become subscribers and share this video. All right. When I see America, what do I see when I see America? America, the rich man who saw God and turned around and went another direction. Again, hit me up on my Gmail, lonewolffirearm at gmail.com to register for HQLs, concealed carries, uh, tactical training, laser training, and we would get you firearms ready. Or if you just want to go to the range and become a better shooter, hit me up. Me, myself, or others I know, we can make you better shooters. Guarantee you that. All right? With that said, thank you for tuning in. Remember this, there is a lone wolf in you. There is a lone wolf in you. And it is not how much you know, family. It's how much you care. With that said, I am out of here. Have a good evening.